guys, Mr. Backerberg here. In this video we're going to look at exterior angles of polygons. Now we already know a little bit about the angles inside of polygons, but what I want to look at now are angles that happen on the outside of polygons. So let's draw out a triangle to kind of show you what I mean. So here we've got this triangle, and we know that the angles inside of a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. But what I want to do is I want to take the sides of my triangle and extend them out further. Now what happens is we create angles on the outside of our figure, and I'm going to give those angles names. Let's call this angle 1, this will be angle 2, and this one down here will be angle 3. Now we know that the sum of the interior angles changes depending on what kind of shape we're looking at, whether it's a triangle, a quadrilateral, a pentagon. They all have different interior angle sums. But as far as exterior angles go, it doesn't matter how many sides a figure has. It could have 3 sides, it could have 300 sides. The sum of the exterior angles is always exactly the same. No matter how big or how small our shape is, those exterior angles on the outside will always add up to 360 degrees. So let's say we had this setup. We've got a hexagon and we know the measure of 5 of the angles. We've got 34 degrees, 49 degrees, 58 degrees, 67 degrees, and 75 degrees. But since this is a hexagon, it has to have 6 angles, so we're missing one of the angles. And we want to figure out how big that last angle is. So I guess what we just talked about is the angles on the outside, these exterior angles, have to add up to 360 degrees. So if we take what we've already got and add all of those things together, 34 plus 49 plus 58 plus 67 plus 75, we end up with a measure of 283. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how much more do we need in order to get up to 360. So we're just going to do a little subtraction. We're going to take 360 degrees minus what we've already used up, and that last angle should be a 77 degree angle. In our last example, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a regular hexagon, and we're going to try to find the measure of one of the exterior angles. So I'm going to try to draw out a regular hexagon. Okay, it's maybe not perfect, but what we're looking at is we're looking at the angles on the outside of our regular hexagon. So if I extend all of these sides out to get a look at what those angles have to look like. Now what we have to remember is the angles on the inside of a regular hexagon all have to be congruent. So all of these angles inside of our picture are exactly the same size. Now what's also going to be true, along with the angles on the inside being congruent to each other, all of the angles on the outside, all of these exterior angles, have to be congruent. Now they're going to be different measures than the angles on the inside, but they're all going to be congruent to each other. So if we use what we know that the angles on the outside, or the exterior angles, have to add up to 360. And each one of these angles on the outside is going to be exactly the same size. Well, if we take a look at our picture, there are 6 angles with this hexagon. So if we take that 360 degrees and split it up evenly amongst the 6 angles that are on the outside of our figure, then each angle has to be a 60 degree angle. So if we're looking at a regular figure, a regular hexagon or a regular pentagon, what we can do is we can take our 360 degree sum and just divide it by the number of exterior angles that our figure has. A hexagon is going to have 6 exterior angles, a pentagon will have 5, a quadrilateral will have 4, so on and so forth. So we can use what we know about the exterior angle sum being 360 and then just divide it by the number of angles or the number of sides that our shape has. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.